of our board members. I call this meeting of the Conroe Independent School District Board of Trustees to order. Let the record show that a quorum of members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. The time is 5:15. Item 1 is our invocation and pledge. Our invocation will be led by Dayton Williams, and our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Misty Oldenweller.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please join me in a word of prayer if you so choose. Heavenly Father, once again, we humbly come to you in prayer. We thank you for allowing us to be of service to our community. Father, we thank you for your continuous protection and blessings over our family and this great school district. We ask for continued strength, endurance, and patience for our teachers and administrators. Father, we ask that you grant our newly elected board members and our leaders of our great country wisdom and humility in their service. As in the Gospel of Mark, during times of uncertainty and insecurity, we ask that you calm any troubled waters. In closing, as we give thanks this holiday season, grant us safe passages in our travels. Now may we operate in the spirit of forgiveness as we would ask you to forgive us. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the pledge to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the Texas flag?
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for those that participated in that. As we said earlier, today is a special recognition meeting. This is not our regular scheduled meeting. That'll be next week. And so we are going to change some things up. We're going to switch item 2 and item 3. We will go ahead and move on to our special recognitions and then come back to our citizen participation. That's typically how we've done it in our regular board meetings as well, as we have our special recognitions prior to citizen participation. So we'll just keep with that. And I will turn the time over to Dr. Knoll.
Well, good evening, everybody. It is great to see so many of you here tonight as we celebrate our outgoing board members. You know, one of the things that we always talk about, and I get a chance to speak in public so often about our school board, is I believe it is the singular most impactful way to serve your community. It's a hard job, and regardless of the times and the situations that you deal with, it's difficult because everyone typically has an opinion, and at no point is everyone going to agree with the decisions that you make as a school board member, and the pay is not great. I think in conversations with board members in the past, I've doubled and tripled their salaries multiple times. And as some of our CPA friends on the board say, that still comes to zero. But they give so much of their time, and there's the portion of the job that you see here, but the real work of the job is not done in these meetings. The real work of the job is done on campuses each day, out supporting the 10,000 employees that we as a team of 8 lead throughout the community and serving the 73,000 kids in the entire community. And so anybody that is willing to do that and put themselves out there deserves recognition. And you know, as you look through our history of Conroe ISD, we've had amazing board members that have made great impacts. And these 4 that we'll celebrate tonight are absolutely no different. We are a better place. We are a better community. We are a better school district because they chose to serve our children in this school district. So we want to thank them. Now, first up tonight is Mrs. Chase. And I don't know if her husband, I know her husband and children are on their way, but they're on their way. They're not here quite yet, but we're going to move forward with our conversation. Mrs. Chase is out of town on business today, so she couldn't be here today. But I did have a chance to meet with her this week, and and share some of the words with her directly that I would share tonight. Mrs. Chase was kind of new to Conroe ISD when she became a board member. I still remember very vividly the very first day that she signed up to run for the board. I didn't know her previously and never met her before, and she signed up to run for the board and called and set up a meeting with me to come in, and I can remember having a conversation with Linda, my assistant, before Ms. Chase got there, and I said, I don't know this lady at all. I have no idea, and came in and just had the most lovely meeting. And two things became very clear in that meeting with Stacy that day is, number one, she's a mom of great young girls that wanted just the very best for schools, because it was going to impact her daughter's lives. And two, she was extremely intelligent and had a CPA's mind, and I appreciated that about her. And I remember when she left, I told Linda the day that day, as soon as she walked out, I said, I don't know her. I don't know if she knows anything about running a campaign. I do know she'd be a great board member because she just has her heart in the right place. And she proved that out. And I think of the most significant impact that I will remember with Mrs. Chase is, she is an internal auditor for a Fortune 500 or Fortune 100 company, and her bringing that mindset to our audit and finance committee here in Conroe ISD made us better. The questions that she asked, the direction that she took us, the focus, the way she helped us focus on things that were truly impactful in the school district versus maybe the things that we had always done with our audit committee, made a huge difference for us. And like I said, I had a chance to tell her that directly this week, and I'm sure she's probably watching us from where she is today. So Stacy, we certainly appreciate you. And because she couldn't be here tonight, she did come in because she wanted to film a video and share her remarks tonight. So we'll turn it over to Mrs. Chase now.
Hi, y'all. Though I can't be there in person tonight, I'm grateful for the opportunity to say goodbye. Serving as a Conroe ISD trustee over the past 4 years has been an absolute honor. Some of my favorite memories are celebrating our students' successes at graduation ceremonies and recognizing achievements with the Ambassador Awards. Those moments of honoring hard work and dedication are ones I will always hold close to my heart. To Datron, Skeeter, and Teresa, working alongside each of you has been one of the greatest privileges of this journey. Your commitment, thoughtfulness, and advocacy shine through in everything you do. I am a better person for having known each of you, and I am so proud to have had the chance to collaborate with trustees who care so deeply about Conroe ISD's success and future. To the remarkable employees of Conroe ISD, no matter how tough it gets, remember that you are amazing and what you do truly matters. Every day, your impact is invaluable, shaping futures and strengthening our community. It has been a privilege to witness your dedication, professionalism, and passion firsthand. As a former trustee, a community member, and a proud parent of Conroe ISD students, I am deeply grateful to each and every one of you. Serving alongside you and witnessing your unwavering commitment to our students, families, and community has been inspiring. Thank you all for the honor.
I don't think I see her kiddos yet. You'll know them when they get here. They're about the most adorable little girls you've ever seen. But they'll be here, and I know we're going to take a break after we do these celebrations. And so hopefully we'll be able to get a picture with her husband and her girls as well. So we'll just leave this over here for her. Okay, up next, I'll ask Ms. Teresa Wagaman to come join me. I'm going to try so hard not to break one of those tonight. So, if you've known Teresa, then you know this, but she has served 4 years on our school board, but her service to Conroe ISD goes way back. She was a PTO president member for only 20 years in Conroe ISD before becoming a trustee, and maybe the only job harder than being a school board member is a PTO president. At every level through the Woodlands High School feeder. And while Teresa did a wonderful job of serving our entire school district, and you did, she loved every place. There is red and green blood flowing through you, my friend. No one loves the Woodlands and the Woodlands High School feeder more than Teresa Wagaman and all the years that she's dedicated. But as I said, the amount of time that she has given serving all of our schools, was always present at celebrations, always went out of her way to be a positive voice to our staff members in hard times, so thoughtful and caring, and I could always count on Teresa to make that phone call to me or a text just to check in and see how things were going, just the kindness and your true love and dedication to this community. It will be missed on the board, but it will not be missed in our community because you're so active in so many areas. I know you're going to continue to make that impact. So we thank you for your time on the board very much. We're going to get a picture.
Thank you.
Don't break it.
Oh, it's
Here, you're gonna, yeah, there you go.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you. Dr. Knoll is right. It's been over 20 years serving CISD, starting at David Elementary and finishing at the Woodlands High School. First and foremost, I've thought about what I would say to you all tonight. And the first thing that I have is incredible gratitude. Gratitude to all the principals and teachers who partnered with my family to help educate my children. My children, the first one has graduated from Texas A&M and is in, there we go. He is in Dallas and working. My daughter is a senior at LSU. She's going to graduate on time with a job. But their foundation that was provided here at CISD is what has helped them to excel above and beyond their wildest dreams, not mine, but definitely theirs. There was nothing better than when my son came home from A&M and he said, "Mom, people are cheating off of me." It was absolutely awesome. But again, I am so incredibly grateful, and my story is not unique. Many, many parents have said the exact same things about their own children, the foundation that they received with this district, and how they have, too, gone on to great success. So thank you to all of our teachers, our staff, our principals, our administration, and of course, our incredible superintendent, Dr. Knoll. And with that, I have to say something about Dr. Knoll. I was sitting in this room, just like many of you are, when he was named superintendent. And I was sitting right next to Paula Kaplewski, now Dr. Paula Kaplewski. And I leaned over and I said, "Do you know who the new superintendent is going to be?" And she said, "Yes, it's Curtis Knoll." And I'm looking because remember, Dr. Stockton was very tall. And I thought, he's so little. But I will tell you, from the moment he stepped in as superintendent, he's been anything but small. He has pretty much gotten us through the 7 plagues. He has become a YouTube sensation. He is Reader Man. He drives hundreds and hundreds of miles every single year to come and visit each and every campus, to be with you, to support you, to encourage you, and to make CISD better. And for that, wow, our whole community benefits. He has grown in his leadership exponentially, not only here within our district, but throughout our entire community and throughout the entire educational community. They come looking for his advice on how to do things and how to do things right. So thank you, Dr. Knoll. Thank you for choosing us and being such a leader in our community. We are blessed to have you. Blessed to have you. And to my fellow board members, Mr. Williams, Skeeter Hubert, our president, who served for 2 terms, thank you. I'm sorry, this is awkward. I want to talk to you. Thank you. Thank you for helping me grow as a trustee, bringing me along, giving me information, and showing me how to do it right. You all give, you rarely take. You know that the things that we are looking to do always go back to our students, always go back to benefiting our teachers, because in the long run, that way everybody wins. And I appreciate both of you so much. To Stacy, who is not here, I have loved getting to know you. I will always have cookies or cake for your daughters. They're absolutely darling. And to the board members that are still on the dais, this is the largest employer in our community. We have 74,000 customers coming to us every single day. I wish you the best, and I hope that you will do the best for our community and our district. And with that, I won't say goodbye, but I will say farewell for now. Thank you all. Thank you.
All right. Well, Stacy's beautiful family was able to make it, so I want to go ahead and invite them up so we can take a picture with Nick and the girls. So come on up, guys. The Chase family. Here's the good news. After this, we're going to take a break, and then I got all that community. So you guys can take on too. So, all right, who wants to hold this? Who wants to hold this? That's a silly question, I know. All right, these next 2 guys, Teresa mentioned back when I was small. I'm about 25 pounds bigger. But these were 2 guys that were on the board when I was hired to be the superintendent. And that's an extra special thing. You know, one of the interesting pieces of being the superintendent is, every year I'm hired again, basically, as the contract comes up. So I consider every board member a board member that's hired me, that's ever had an opportunity to vote for that. But that first group that took a chance to give me the opportunity is certainly special to me. And these guys, I'm going to speak collectively about them just for a moment before I bring them up individually. I have enjoyed my time with these two guys for a couple of reasons. One, we're all three fairly similar in age, so it's same interesting conversations. But what I've probably enjoyed more than anything is watching the two of them grow together. You've probably figured out by now that they're about polar opposites in a lot of ways, but in one way, they are exactly the same, and that is that they love kids and they want the best for this district. And it's been, for me, really refreshing to watch how two men from very different worlds that see the world differently can come together for a common purpose. And listening to them talk and have conversations, meaningful conversations to learn and grow from each other through each other's life experiences has been really powerful as well. And so I just think it's been special to watch them together. So I'm going to go ahead and ask President Hubert to come up. So, you know, we talked, like with Teresa, that the impact on the school district oftentimes starts well before service on the school board. I didn't ask your permission to talk about this, but you're not going to fire me now. My first real conversations with Skeeter started back in, it's not bad, Skeeter, back when I was a principal at Conroe High School. Because at that point, you know, there's a lot of students there, and there's a lot of students there that are in need. And there happened to be a very special young lady that had a tough life, but had potential. And at that point, had a counselor there at Conroe High School by the name of Bonnie Hubert. And Bonnie came to me one day and she said, you know, my husband and I have been praying over this, and we feel like that we need to get involved in the life of this young lady. And through that, Skeeter and Bonnie adopted a high school age student who does that, right? And she is a bonus daughter. She is the family. And now to see multiple grandkids in Skeeter's life because of that decision. And I share that story with you because you need to know the heart of this guy. Because so much of what he does is behind the scenes that you never see, that I get to see firsthand. And that's one example, but there are many. One of the most pure-hearted and kind-hearted people I've ever met. I've joked and kidded with him before about he's the Boy Scout, because you know, sometimes naive and just believes the whole world is perfect to his own detriment upon occasion, but just the most beautiful spirit and the definition of what I would call a good man. And you know, his impact has been significant. So not only as a board member, it's hard to be the board president because you come in, you try to manage the meeting, at the same time you have a responsibility to vote and do all the things, and for him to tackle this over these last few years is been a difficult thing to do, and yet he's done it with grace and with class, and I'm just really proud of him. I'm really proud to know him. So congratulations, Mr. Skeeter Hubert. So, all right. And then you get so there's this. And then, because the president's job is hard, we have a commemorative gavel for you as well for having served as the president. So we appreciate that. We appreciate that service indeed. So
Thank you.
thank you.
I'll try this gavel at home, but I don't think it's going to have the same reaction. Thank you for that. I did write a few things down because if I don't, I get long-winded and we don't have time for all that stuff. So, but I wasn't expecting that. So, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. There are some people that I certainly want to thank. It's been a lot of fun. It's been 10 years, and it's really grown on me, this being able to serve in this position and getting to know you on your campuses and out and about and the different activities. But I can't do any of this stuff without the love of my family, my sweet wife Bonnie, who she says, "What do you want to do?" And I tell her, and she says, "Okay, let's get to it." She's an amazing woman, and my kids, the things that they have to witness and see and hear about their dad, they're wonderful people, and I love them dearly, and I miss them. We're empty nesters now. I'm not used to that yet, but I love my family. Back in 2014, 2015, I was considering, I wanted to be more involved. I was serving on some nonprofits, and a very close friend of ours, Nelda Blair, you may know her. Many of you teachers probably know her for her advocacy for teachers. She approached me. She said, you ought to consider running for school board. And I said, I'm not a teacher. I don't know much about. I don't have that gift. I've joked about the times when I'm helping my kids with their homework, and Bonnie says, just leave. I got this. I got this. But she encouraged me to do it, and I thought about it, and I said, I would like to do this, and had no idea that within 6 months or so, I would love it as much as I did. It was great. So I wanted to say thank you to Jim and Nelda for their encouragement and support in encouraging me to do this as well. So once I got here, if you recall, I was just a regular board member, very similar to what a lot of you are. Is we're just a board member trying to soak it in and learn, what to do. And so I talked to parents, I talked to teachers, I talked to administrators, and I talked to the superintendent. And I want to share with you some of the things that I learned. I need to learn, my role and what we were supposed to do. And I learned that we needed to be an advocate for the community, an advocate for finance, because that's probably the two most important things we do, is balance the budget and set the tax rate. So never forget that, right? We have to do those things. And then help the students to achieve success. But most importantly, it's a position of service. So in order to really learn my role, I felt like I needed to go back to the greatest person that I know that ever gave service, which is Jesus Christ. So I went and studied and the things that he taught about love thy neighbor. And what's the best way to love thy neighbor is to learn and to serve. And when you learn and you serve, you learn to love thy neighbor and you love God's children. And so those are the things that I did. And so this is what I learned through that. First and foremost, I learned that the administrators make decisions based on student outcome. Every decision that was ever made while I was involved had to do with, do the children of this district benefit? And will it help them achieve success for them? And so for Dr. Knoll and Dr. Stockton before him and your entire leadership team, I want to thank you for always having these students in mind. Our role is to the taxpayers, your role is the students, and working together in that team of 8 you talked about, we were able to achieve a lot of those things. So I'm grateful for that. The second thing that I learned is our teachers love their students. One of the things that Stacy Chase talked about was one of her favorite things was doing ambassador awards, and I got to admit that's one of my favorite things as well. And so those of you who don't know what those are, the ambassador awards is each campus gets to pick 3 people on their campus that really exemplify what it means to be a student or a teacher or a paraprofessional at their campus, right? And so we, as the board members, were fortunate enough to be the ones that would go on the campuses and give these awards out. And it was so much fun because everybody's trying to be secretive and everybody's trying to walk in, and the principals are excited, and the friends that know, and you got the kids, parents in the hallways, and it's just a lot of fun. But I will tell you that there was one ambassador award that will stick with me forever. And we were at an elementary school, and as I'm reading the bio of this teacher that was going to be giving we were going to giving an ambassador award to, I found out that one of the reasons that this campus had selected her to be the ambassador is because she had spent time getting to know her students and found out that one of her students' parents was dying of cancer. And she made a quilt with that young man's parents on it. All along, her husband was struggling with the same illness. And that struck a chord in me and really strengthened my belief in you teachers of how you go above and beyond to get to know these students and love these students and make sure that they're successful in what they do. And I thank you for that. Thank you for who you are and what you do. That's what I mean when I say that, because I say that quite a bit. Thank you for who you are and what you do. It's that memory in my mind is why I'm saying what I'm saying. So I wanted to share that with you. The third thing I learned is that our community loves this district. Loves this district. So many people come and say, "Oh, you work for the school district." No, I don't work for the district. I'm not that fortunate. I'm not that good. I serve on the school board. Well, we moved here for the schools. We moved here for the schools. I hear that all the time. I have never heard anybody say, "We moved out of there because of the schools." It's always the other way around. So for you teachers and you administrators, I want you to know that this district, these families that are in this district, they love you and they appreciate how you go above and beyond. Very grateful to be a part of this district. Very grateful to be a part of the story and the history that has happened during this time. So what am I going to do now? A lot of people have asked me that. And so, as I take my badge off, I do put on another badge, which I have been asked to be a communication specialist for our church. So I'm really excited about that. And so you will see me. Thank you. I'm not going away. I am going to be around and about, and I will continue to pray for you guys. And I still believe that the brighter days are ahead for this district. So thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you guys so much.
Are you jumping the gun up here? Oh, no. Don't start following directions now, man. Up next is Mr. Datron Williams, everybody. So Datron has served 12 years on the school board, which is, we as teachers, we think about that tenure of 12 years, these children that entered in first grade, that you served an entire generation of students in your tenure here to graduate. So that's... And just like with Skeeter's children, having an opportunity to watch them grow, over 12 years, having an opportunity to watch these little guys turn into these grown men standing over here tonight, has been an honor. And I've enjoyed the time with Mr. Williams. Now, we had times that we didn't always agree on everything. It usually centered around college football. He's an LSU grad. I'm a Florida grad. we're both terrible this year, so we've been real quiet. Some years we talk about it more than others. This year, been a little quiet. But in 12 years and in all the conversations and Datron also served as board president during a very difficult time in education as we worked through COVID and coming back and getting school started successfully as really one of the first large districts in the nation to be in school, and that was in large part due to Datron's leadership, and that's always been appreciated. But in 12 years, we've had a lot of conversations, and what I appreciate with Mr. Williams is that we could have those conversations, and we could disagree when we had to disagree, but they were always cordial, we were always friendly, and we were always friends when it was over, even if we couldn't find a common ground. Now, there's the public side of what Datron did, and then just like what I mentioned with Skeeter, there's a private side that you never saw. And there were multiple occasions that I would see Datron champion for a student, and not by sending an email or not by, sitting in here and making a statement, but by giving of himself and his own time and his own resources. I've seen him pull money out of his pocket. I've seen him dedicate his time to helping a student who needed help, that there was no one else to do that on multiple occasions. I've seen him, there's just a reality of your service that we have talked about, that he received more parent emails than any other board member, and oftentimes because some parent groups felt like he was the only person they could reach out to. And right, wrong, or indifferent, that's the way that it was. And he handled all of that with just a grace and class beyond anything that anybody could ever expect. And you could always count on Datron to be at every graduation that he could possibly be at, to be at every celebration of ambassador awards or any of those opportunities to celebrate our staff. And one of the things that he and I share in common is being married to a teacher, and I think that helps with that appreciation of knowing the struggle, and probably also getting put in our place every now and then when we get home, just to make sure that we stay right. And but that's powerful, right? That's powerful. And we wouldn't have it any other way. And so for 12 years of service, we thank you for that. It's been an honor to have you as part of our lives here in the school district. It's been an honor to watch your family grow and enjoy you guys. And I know you also are involved in a lot of other things in our community, so you're not going away. You're going to continue to make an impact in our community, and we're just proud that we had a chance to have you here with us. So congratulations, sir. Thank you. For your years of service as president there, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Knoll. I'm not that articulate or well-spoken, so I decided I'm going to write this down, and if I miss anybody, I want y'all to charge it to my head and not my heart. That's just the way it goes. I'm getting old in my age, so Dr. Knoll, I just want to say thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you and all the CISD administration over the past 12 years. Has been truly a blessing. You've become not just a colleague, but a friend. And from the bottom of my heart, you're one of the best, most profound, prolific educators that I've ever met. And CISD is truly blessed to have you at the helm of what we do. So thank you for being an outstanding superintendent. True story, I met Dr. Knoll He was a high school principal over at Conroe High, and we were doing board visits. This is when I knew he was going to be a great educator, a good superintendent, a good administrator, just a good all-around guy that, you can count on. So we would go around, and it was customary they gave us good snacks, good eats when we go do the board field trip. Dr. Null here, Dr. Stockton made that was the way it went. Dr. Null here was skimping on the snacks. I think that cat had peanut butter and crackers or something. And I said, man, what's the deal here? We got to get Dr. Stockton to get you right. He said, yeah, man, you want to eat the kids' textbooks. I can't do that. I got to put, he said, that money goes for the kids' textbook. I said, all right. So I knew then he would be financially responsible with our taxpayers' dollars and was all about the kids. So I was willing to compromise and eat peanut butters and crackers on that board visit. Anyway, let me get back. First, I'd like to thank everyone who took the time to send me kind words of encouragement, prayers, love, and support. I really want to thank those who were at the polls and fought the good fight with us, so really appreciate you guys. I can't say that enough. I also want to make sure that I thank my beautiful wife, who's an educator, as we mentioned, somewhere in here. She's in the back there. My 3 sons. My wife's been a CISD educator for over 23 years, and my 3 sons, when I got inducted or commissioned to be a board member, they were little bitty things. So they've watched this and had to endure some of the struggles and hardships associated with being a school board member. So thank you guys for sharing me with CISD. Really appreciate that. It's been tough but rewarding at the same time. So really appreciate that. Having the pleasure to work with such a phenomenal CISD family has truly been a labor of love for me. The relationships that I've built are priceless. But now I want us to look forward. When uncertainty encroaches, it is natural for panic to set in. But I ask you to use this opportunity to grow even closer as a school district, that we continue to expect to achieve greatness for our students and for one another. Yes, noises and distractions may come, but remember that you are called to be inspirational educators. Your support of this CISD family will become even more important now. Your collective efforts create an environment where all of our children feel safe and all receive an opportunity for an exemplary education. My ongoing ask of each of you is to continue to be a blessing to our children and our community daily, because you all have unique gifts, the gifts of passion and love for our children. I ask for you to expand on the greatness of this great school district. I ask for you to become re-energized and recommitted to our unwavering mission. I ask that you believe that our best days in CISD are still ahead of us. As I close with over 12 years of service, I've endured more than my fair share of nonsense. But such nonsense comes with the territory when you truly believe in the mission and you love those whom you serve. And so, I would gladly do it again. I would gladly do it again with champions of education like my brother from another mother, Mr. Skeeter Hubert, Miss Teresa Wagman, and all her glory. And Teresa's been very patient with me over the times, so I really appreciate that. You guys don't understand the amount of patience it takes to deal with me in these type of settings, so I really appreciate that. And Stacy Chase, after serving multiple weeks with board member Chase at the polls and serving with her over 4 years, it's been amazing to see her grow into that nice, sweet Stacy Chase to that just get down, dirty, get it done, and let y'all know what she's all about. She, like at the polls, she'd say, I got time today, and she let you know. So I really appreciate her standing steadfast in what she believes, right, and supporting our educators and our teachers fiercely. So thank you, Stacy, for everything that you've done for us. As to the administration, never once did I have doubts that any of our administrators or educators had nothing but the best interests of our children at heart. Your levels of professionalism and integrity made our jobs as board members easy. So I will miss all of my outgoing board members. I will miss seeing my CISD friends, my family. I will forever cherish the memories that we've made. So let us part ways. Let us part ways believing that tomorrow will be even a greater day in CISD, where all truly means all. Godspeed, folks. I thank you.
Thank you very much. I think it'd be appropriate if we take a recess now. I see a lot of people we'd like to say thank you to. So we'll go into recess. The time is 6 o'clock. All right, we are back in session. The time is 6:21. We'll move to our citizen participation. So I know we have some people signed up tonight. We have a little over 30 people. So let me read this real quick. It's a little different because it's a special board meeting, and so we can only speak about things that are on the posted agenda, and it'll be shorter as well. So per policy BED and Texas Government Code, Section 551.007, any citizen who has signed up may address the board regarding only items posted on today's agenda. If a citizen has signed up to speak on matters other than tonight's posted agenda items, he or she is welcome to make comments to the board at the board's regular meeting on November 19th, when the board hears comments about both posted agenda items and non-agenda items. Each speaker will be given 1 minute to present their comment to the board. Screens around the room will display the speaker's time. When the countdown timer reaches 0, the next speaker will be called. So, Ms. Godfrey, will you please call our first person?
Amanda Pritchard.
Good evening, members of the board and Dr. Null. I'm going to talk fast. My name is Amanda Pritchard. I'm here tonight as a current CISD employee, a CISD graduate, and the parent of a CISD senior to express my gratitude to the 4 outgoing board members. My dad moved us to the Woodlands in 1989 from the small East Texas town of White House. He told my mom that according to his research, Conroe ISD was the best school district to move to in the Houston area, and he wasn't wrong. All the way through my school, from Hauser to Opening Collins, Knox Junior High, McCullough High School, and I was part of the first graduating class of the Woodlands. I had amazing teachers. I felt supported and challenged to grow. I only had one teacher that I remember I didn't like, and now that I'm a teacher, I realize it was because she had zero tolerance for my sassy mouth. She wrote me up in the 7th grade on a handwritten triplicate referral and sent me to the assistant principal's office. That assistant principal was Don Stockton. Told me I had the choice to control my mouth. All of us make choices every day, and I'd like to commend your choices. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your rational voice at the table and for campaigning with integrity. Thank you for standing up to the lies that were told about our teachers and campuses the past several weeks. Thank you for making decisions with all of our children in mind.
Thank you.
You're appreciated.
Tammy Lowry. Tammy Lowry. Pamela Blue.
Hi. I'm obviously very emotional. I'm probably going to cry, and that's okay. I got told by the guy that couldn't stand here and listen to me today I don't think that that's okay. I got told that he does not represent my 2 kids in the district. I have 2 special needs. I'm fed up watching him act at the polls like he's the victim. That's not okay. That's all I'm going to say. But my kids matter. All means all. Every single one of you guys say all means all. What did my 2 kids do to Datrian? What did my 2 kids do to Stacy Chase? Thank you.
Thank you.
Lorraine Rice.
Good evening. Good evening, President Hubert, Dr. Knowles, school board members, trustees, and CISD family. This evening I come to bring a word of thanks to those who have served as trustees. The job of educating the children in our community for many in this room has been their life's work. Without the prestige of corporate America, and surely without the paychecks, perks, and bonuses. So just as those who work as educators are often overlooked, the same can be true of the school board trustee. Although I haven't seen eye to eye with all on the school board regarding the concerns and issues that have been brought, I thank you for taking up the cause and running and serving. Sincerely, thank you. President Hubert, Trustee Williams, Wagaman, and Chase, thank you for serving our district. To the others who are concerned or unhappy with the newly elected school board, I encourage each of us to set aside our differences and seek to work to make the district the best that it can be. Lastly, Paul and Titus 2 encourages excellence, integrity, and work so that even our enemies cannot say something negative. I hope the newly elected board aspires to that lofty goal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Erica Falcon.
Hi, everybody. My name is Erica Falcon. I am a proud school nurse with CISD. I am a parent of 4 current and previous CISD graduates. And I want to share a message of appreciation to our current and our outgoing board members. And I may have to make myself speak fast. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So first, I want to thank you, Mr. Hubert. You presented my 2nd oldest daughter with her diploma. And thank you for that. Ms. Chase, you presented my oldest daughter with her diploma. And then, of course, not here. And Mr. Williams, though he's not here, we had planned to request him to present the diploma to my youngest daughter. So though I'm sad to miss out on that chance, and she is too, that's a relatively little thing. Mainly, I want to thank you all for exemplifying all means all for all of our students. And as a nurse and a community member, thank you. We appreciate everything you've done, and you've left it a better place.
Thank you.
Alex Harris.
Since I have a short time, I'm just going to run through this. And we are reminiscing of the past, and we have to remember this. Certain things that the board has done regarding the sexually explicit books that's been tampered with, it needs to be reinforced and strengthened. Regarding the faith and belief of atheism, which was introduced under the guise of science, that has to be changed.
It's only things on the agenda.
Well, it's about what you have done.
We're just.
I'm talking about what you've done. I'm just talking, that's what I'm trying to reflect on.
On what?
The decisions you've made. We're talking about recognitions of what you've done. You don't want to hear it?
I don't mind. I just want to make sure that you're staying on
I'm
topic.
staying on track,
All
very
right.
much
Would you-
so. Please reset the time for
Yes,
me, please.
please reset the time. That's fine. I just want to make sure we're on
Yeah,
track.
I'm right on thing.
We're good.
Those are decisions you made. I just remembering that. So those things have to be changed, because that's what led to the transgender ideology in our schools, which we need a new policy. So the current board has allowed that, and that's one of the key reasons in this election. And finally, a few things. We need to have a complete audit to recognize what the current board has done. So I encourage you to have a full audit. And there are many challenges facing us as far as discipline goes that has to be tightened. Thank you.
Mary Ellen Bryant.
Good evening, Board of members. Thank you for having this. I'm Mary Ellen Bryant. I'm the librarian at Mitchell Intermediate School. I've committed 28 years of my 35 years in public education. And I can honestly say that there have never been board members that have been more approachable than the 4 exiting members. Thank you for giving us support and listening ears when we, the employees, needed to be heard. Mr. Hubert, I worked with your wife way back at Bush Elementary School, and I've had 3 of your children at Mitchell Intermediate. I was their librarian, and I'm super proud of that. Mrs. Wagaman, I didn't have your son, but I had your daughter, and it was a long time ago, because I know she's graduating and all that, but I've had Mr. Williams, all 3 of his boys, and I have Mrs. Chase's daughter now, and I'm so proud to have stood up for them and worked with them and gotten to know them a lot better. But I want to thank you for all means all. You supported it. Mr. Hubert, you stepped out of your comfort zone and did what needed to be done. And we appreciate you, and we see you, and I hope you go with peace. Thank you for blessing us.
Joe Losetta.
Good evening. I sincerely wish the outgoing board members farewell and Godspeed, and thanks for your sacrificial public service. I declare a blessing, strength, and protection for the newly formed board and their families. I pray for unity and mutual respect between the newly formed board, the administration, faculty, student body, parents, and taxpayers. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. There's a great rebuilding going on in the nation post-election 2024 down to the county level, and let it start here at CISD. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kathy Losetta.
Good evening. Since the last time I spoke to the board, since the first time I spoke to the board in 2021, I am very thankful to see the huge increase in participation by we the people in the past few years. What could be more important than the next generation? The Conroe ISD board has always had the mandate to be watchmen or gatekeepers for all the young people in this school system so they can rise to their full potential. The battle for the hearts, minds, and souls and bodies of our children is real and is responsibility of the parents, guardians, community, and this board to be watchmen for them. The battle has been tough on this community, and I too pray for healing for all of the CISD board members, teachers, administrators, parents, and our entire community, so we can all come together for the benefit of the children, because it is all about them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Teresa Neiman.
Good evening. I don't come before you tonight with prepared speech. I just want to say thank you so much for all that you 4 have done. I call you the Fab 4. I'm not going to tell y'all what I call you. Okay, thank you so much for everything you have done for our board. Teresa, Sebastian was so touched by you talking to him at tea. It just made his last 2 years of high school. Stacy and Datron, when you're listening, I need you to know that I still consider you personal heroes for stepping up and speaking truth. And standing up for the unpopular is never easy, but it's always necessary, especially in this country. Skeeter, I so appreciated you coming to that meeting and listening to those librarians, educating yourself, so thank you. We are going to miss you tremendously.
Thank you.
Courtney Egan.
I just want to highlight some of the amazing things that y'all have accomplished in just the last 2 years. The Conroe ISD graduation rate is at 97.3%. Our college, career, and military ready percentage increased from 65% in 2021 to 70% in 2022. The fine arts program also thrived. 41 students earned recognition as TMEA All-State Musicians. Additionally, students earned over 4,700 certifications. Your leadership has garnered numerous awards, including Community Hero Award, Top Workplace Recognition, and Best School District in 2023 and 2024.
I'd also like to express our deep gratitude for the way you conducted yourselves during your time on the board. Your ability to put politics aside and prioritize the needs of parents, students, teachers, and staff speaks volumes about your character and commitment to our community. I want to acknowledge those who ran for re-election. Regardless of the outcome, you are true winners for running a clean campaign focused on truth, integrity, and genuine needs of our district. Your efforts have set the standard for future candidates and reinforced the importance of principled leadership. Thank you.
Megan Crowell. Megan Crowell.
I think she left.
Okay. Amber Fusca.
Tonight marks a long-awaited change for our district. Over the years, countless voices, including mine, raised concerns on behalf of our children. For years, we asked for real change, for genuine commitment, for even the smallest acknowledgement of our concerns, and you failed us. Instead, we were met with inaction and indifference. I told you your silence speaks volumes. And while not everyone chose to take to this podium to voice their concerns, they were watching, and they chose to make their voices heard through their votes. I hope that as you look back on your tenure, you consider not just what you did, but more importantly, what you chose not to do.
David Setchma.
I can't tell you everything I'd like to tell you in a 1 minute time because I've got about a 10-minute speech, so I'm going to go down. Thank you for your dedication, your time, and your service. What you've done for CISD is just absolutely unbelievable. Your support of the teachers and the staff is just amazing. It's allowed us, when I used to be a teacher, to continue to do their jobs, and that's what's important. We talk a lot. I looked at the awards: excellent in financial management, money, transparency. But the one I see is we were 37th out of 600 employees on the Forbes as one of the best employers in the United States. The only school district in the United States in that. That speaks volumes as to what y'all have done and what you've done, and we hope that you continue to do for our kids. But what I think is the biggest thing that I need to tell y'all is I love your heart. Y'all worked with your heart. You can't always win. You're never going to win everything you do here. But the legacy you've left behind is something that can be continued, and I hope we continue to build on the things that y'all have done in the time you've been here. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Kyle Crowell. Mark Fusca.
I can't say I'm surprised we're here for this reason. We tried to warn you this was going to happen. Somewhere along the way, you all believed that the vocal minority was actually the majority. We begged you to listen to the silence. Just because more parents like us don't speak out doesn't mean they don't exist. They speak with their votes. And after 2 elections, there was no doubt we are the majority. A journey that started with my son years ago has culminated in this moment in time. What you fail to understand is that truth is truth and facts are facts, and sometimes even one data point like my son is enough for you to take action, especially when he is mistreated year after year. Instead, you convince yourselves that he was an outlier so you could sleep at night. My son is not an outlier. I hope you all do some soul searching and realize you failed students like my son. The TEA says school board trustees are guardians of the public trust. They put the interests of the community's youth first. You have violated that trust for the last time.
Deborah Lieber.
Good evening. My husband and I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to Trustees Chase, Hubert, Waggerman, and Williams for your service as board members for Conroe ISD. We truly appreciate your time, effort, and dedication for the advancement of public education. Thank you for advocating on behalf of our collective interests, making difficult decisions, prioritizing our students' success, and remaining committed to the district's policy of all means all. You have set an excellent example for current and future trustees to follow to preserve Conroe ISD's exemplary record of academic excellence. Thank you.
Linda Evans. Linda Evans. Susan Scruggs.
Good evening, Board and Dr. Null. I know that my comments are going to be to the people who are not returning, primarily. I know we've had our differences, I know we've had our conflicts and so forth, but I want you to know that I'm not angry with you, I'm not resentful, I'm not carrying any malice. If I see you on the street anywhere, I'll be happy to say hello to you, and I have forgiven you for any shortcomings. From tomorrow forward, 74,000 children within CISD have a chance to be protected and looked after in a way that they have not been afforded in many years. Our community has spoken, God has spoken. He desires the children in CISD to be the most important part about being a trustee on the CISD board. I wish you the best, and I pray for you to be blessed by God to his fullest. A final quote from an African-American athlete who succeeded against all odds. He said, "I don't have the strength or wisdom to get through a single day without guidance and grace from God," and that was from Tony Dungy.
Thank you.
A great American and role model.
Thank you.
Carolyn Nene.
Hi. I've been coming before y'all for a long time. I started back in 2021. And although through the years we have not always agreed upon various things with regards to the school, and I know that the job that you do is extremely difficult. But you know, there's just, when it comes to the kids, I mean, we have to sit here and we have to discuss and we have to put them first. And some of the things that I discussed with y'all was academic failure, woke indoctrination, inappropriate sexual deviant books, violence in our schools, board's lack of transparency, and unfortunately the biggest thing that happened was voting back in to keep Liddy and Duncan in our school. And I truly believe that that is unfortunate, because I sort of think that that's probably why Datrin and Stacy didn't get reelected, based off of that and the way our community feels about those kinds of things.
Thank you.
But I bless y'all. Whatever you do in the future, Godspeed.
Thank you.
Kristen Brown.
President Hubert, Ms. Wagaman, and I'm hoping Mr. Williams and Ms. Chase will be watching later.
At some point.
At some point. I haven't been attending board meetings for a very long time, because I've been telling people school boards aren't exciting until they're real exciting. And that's really been the case the past year or two. Thank you for your service to this district, its students and parents, its teachers and its staffs. Thank you for your commitment to process and procedures, for your preparation outside of this room, and dedicated attention inside of this room. Mr. Hubert, you often found yourself in the middle of debates, both physically and ideologically. Thank you for your thoughtful consideration always in those times. Ms. Wagaman, your calm demeanor tried to keep things cool when they were getting heated. Thank you for that. Mr. Williams and Ms. Stacy, sometimes they were the reason that things were getting heated, but I thank them for their passion, for the roles and responsibilities, believing all means all, and for really digging into the heart of matters. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Rachel Walker.
I'm just going to jump right in and say to the outgoing board members, you can hold your head high with dignity, knowing that you did a wonderful job, knowing that you put the district and the children first at all times. Both of you handed one of my kids their diplomas, and I thank you for that. Teresa, you were the only board member that came to Pride, and I will never forget that. Skeeter, you're the only Republican I've ever voted for, and that's because I believe in you so much. And I'm going to use this last 30 seconds to talk to the current board and the incoming board members. and just let you know that it doesn't have to be this way. You can change course. You can correct and you can put the kids and the district first. You can lead with love and stop fanning the flames of misinformation and hate. You get to decide. And should you not choose to do that, if you think I gave Dale Inman a hard time, I would tell you to get ready.
Selena Bodovich. Andrea Yang. Linda Long.
But anyway, I was thinking when you guys, I think probably the first time I spoke here, I've never done it before in my life, and you may not remember this, but I thought about it now. As I was walking away, because you rang the bell on me, and I went, like I usually do, and I said, well, I love you guys. And as I was walking away, and I thought, I said that. I don't even know any of these guys yet. Now I feel like I do. And I want to thank those of you who have given. And when I found out how much you make, okay, well, I decided it would not be me doing this job. So thank you for doing that. I know that reason I left you what I left for you is because in my lifetime, I think I'm kind of a very unusual person, I guess, because one time somebody said to me, Mrs. Long, would you teach this class in the morning? I went, I thought he'd say, because you're good? No, he said, because it'll be a novelty. That's how I am. But anyway, whatever that means, I have no idea. I never asked him. I didn't want to know. But anyway, thank you guys for all you do. You're a blessing.
Thank you.
Steve Lawrence.
Good evening, trustees and Dr. Knoll. My name is Steve Lawrence. My youngest son graduated in a previous millennium. I remember a few things from back then, and I remember a few more now. In keeping with Datron's opening prayer, I think there's time for grace. It's needed now. Skeeter, would you please extend my gratitude to Mr. Williams? We were nose to nose out on the battlefield out there, and literally nose to nose, eyeball to eyeball, and he could have really decked me. And I would like to thank him for not doing that. Okay. Well, to the outgoing board, I'd like to thank you for your service. I'd like to pray God's blessings on you and a close relationship with him. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stuart Schroeder.
Datron, Skeeter, Stacy, and Teresa, thank you for your volunteer service, all for the students of Conroe Independent School District, the community, and the taxpayers. Your untold hours of preparation, meetings, workshops, reading to students, student activities, athletics, competitions, school dedications, and that's just the beginning of the list. But thank you, and I wish you all the best.
Thanks, sir.
Valerie Hanna. Valerie Hanna. Oh, sorry. Didn't see you.
Okay, I was expecting a little bit more time. I just want to say thank you to those of you who have served and, dedicated your time to us. I'm grateful for every member of this board, for their time, dedication, their expertise, their passion for this district. It has borne fruit. So some of that fruit is that we have been academic fruit. So 12 times Best Community for Music Education. Texas Smart Schools awarded 12 consecutive years for high academic achievement. Ranked second out of 200 large Texas districts for academic performance. And it's 97.3% graduation rate. Thank you for your knowledge and expertise, for hiring the right people, for knowing to listen to the experts, for being fiscally responsible with our tax dollars. Your expertise has also borne fruit. 4 Transparency Stars awarded by the Texas State Comptroller, for transparency in finances. That's only half my speech.
Thank you.
Emily Hopple.
Thank you for your distinguished service. I'm going to read my notes because I know I can't do a minute without doing that. Your dedication, wisdom, and commitment to inclusivity have made a lasting impact on our students, teachers, and staff. Your refusal to engage in discriminatory behavior has created a safer environment for everyone, and we applaud your courage and conviction. As you pass the torch to your successors, we urge you to continue standing up for the values of equality, justice, and compassion that have guided your tenure. The vitriol against LGBTQ, liberals, and non-Christians is almost certain to continue, but your voice and influence is crucial in providing a challenge to those efforts. We invite you to join us, the folks that supported you through your term. Now that you're moving into other places, you can spread this word in other circles. And as a Democrat speaking to my two favorite Republicans, thank you, boldly, thank you for being open to listening and not engaging in degrading us like so many do. Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. All right. That is it. Thank you for all of those that came and participated in the celebration, and those of you that spoke. Very good. It's, public comments is always fun. You never know what you're going to get.
Like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, sometimes people come up and, thank you. Some of you challenge you, and some of them get up and whine and cry about not getting their way. Either way, it's fine. But we appreciate everybody, and thank you so much. Meeting is adjourned.